Yo, bro.
Yo, bro.
Yo, bro.
What's up?
Dude.
We're back.
We are back.
We're back.
I just got back from an insane conference.
Oh, yeah?
So, for those listening, it's called the Vault Conference.
Mm.
It's hosted by a man named Patrick Bet David,
PBD.
big business guy, PBD. And it's beautiful because he's got this big manual you get and you fill it all out with him, and he brings great people on stage and he goes through great business practices and all this stuff. But evidently, at the same time, you just feel like shit. As you're like, damn, I could be doing that. Why am I not doing that? So the trick to these things is saying, I could be doing it and I'm going to start doing it. You know what I mean? That's
yeah, but then after you say you're going to start doing it,
yeah,
the next trick is to do it.
Yeah. That, the third part. That's the hardest part.
That part will get you every time, bro.
1 and 2, dude.
1 and 2, not bad. Not bad. Step 3.
Yeah. But it was awesome, man. And you learn a lot of stuff and you meet a lot of people. And just being in a room, it's nice because you see people go up there and these people are making hundreds of millions, tens of millions a year. And some of them are solo, some of them have big teams. And you're like, damn. And then you see people behind you and they go up and like they might not even have started their businesses yet. So it's like you can see what's going on in this room and you're like, it could be possible, man, if you really want to get to it. All walks.
That's nice.
Can I tell you a quick funny story?
Absolutely.
So there's a couple sections where he'll call people up to ask questions pertaining to a topic or a breakthrough. And it's 3 days long. So the first day, this guy goes up and he goes, I traveled all the way here. I spent the last of my money and I need a job. And he pleaded his case and he was in AI and all this stuff. And everyone was rooting for the guy, right? He did well. So the next day I came in and I'm wondering, I'm like, wonder if that guy got a job. The same guy goes back up to the mic the second day and he starts talking about his passion, how he has an AI Instagram where he makes AI art of the feminine delicacy. And everyone's just like, dude, you left on a high note yesterday, man. You could have probably got a job. Don't be weird now, dude. And it's just like, dude, bro, you got to read the room, man. You could have. I hope he got a job, but like,
he's
dude,
out here paying the bills. A little AI Rule 34.
He's not. That's his passion, bro. More power to you, but like, read the room. Read the room on the passion stuff. You know what I mean?
Hey, some people are just really passionate about tentacles, man.
Dude.
Let me tell you something about my AI cat ladies. They're better than anybody else on the planet.
I mean, man, like I was rooting for the dude. I still kind of am, but like that's why he goes. That's why you got to go to these conferences though, because he puts you in your place a little bit. As you could, I don't know if I think I shared the video with you. I shared some stuff on the mic, and he was rooting for me. And he still was rooting for me at the end, but he asked me a question and I didn't give him a good answer and he kind of tore into me a little bit. But it's good because some people, they go up and talk and he's just like, all right, next.
Yeah.
But me, like,
I think your answer was good. It was just the way that it was presented left an inherent criticism for like the other people in the room.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
So.
For sure. And that's why on the mic, I was like, yeah, I see that. I see that now.
I see what you're doing here. Yeah. You know what? You got me.
But anyway, to wrap that up, it was a wonderful, wonderful conference. And if you guys get the chance to go next year, you should go. A regular general ticket is maybe $400, $500, but that's not the expensive part. The expensive part is hotel, flight,
travel,
all that stuff.
Yeah.
Travel. But if you can make it, if you're into the business stuff and you want to grow, I think it's wonderful. I went 2 years in a row and I freaking love it, dude.
That's cool. That's what's up.
Yeah, man.
For the viewers, 2 years ago, Tom Brady was a guest speaker, and this year it was The Rock.
Yeah.
So
yeah, dude, it's freaking awesome.
You got to throw out the the name drop, the candy for the.
And
Tom Brady spoke at one of my company's conferences, and he's an excellent speaker. It completely. I've grown. I never liked him because I'm a football fan, and hearing like his story and his work ethic, dude, he was an awesome speaker. I have to tell you.
I said the same thing. I said I never liked the guy, And then he came up and he was getting interviewed by PBD, and I was just like, I mean, how could you, all the football stuff aside, or like the public stuff aside, it's like, how could you not respect what he's saying right now?
Yeah.
And I was just like, damn, man, like
very inspiring man. I have to shout
Wasn't he picked 110th in the draft?
Yeah, he
Way
was,
back there.
He was basically the last draft pick, or one of the last draft picks. He also never started to begin his career. He never started at any level, not even high school. He always had to work his way up to starter, and went on to be the best ever. So
just like Kyle Trask, go Gators. He's on his way.
Well, Jesus, you know, a reoccurring theme in these events is are we familiar with who Lou Gehrig is? Either Lou Gehrig. Gehrig. That's what I thought it was. PBD
got
says
a whole disease
Gehrig.
named after him.
I know, but he always says Gary. I'm like, dude, I think it's Gehrig. Or so you know who Lou Gehrig is, right?
Yeah.
Do you know the guy he replaced? Abe, real quick, could you look up the name of the guy Lou Gehrig replaced? Anyway, the guy that Lou Gehrig replaced before Lou Gehrig, this guy was a freaking star.
Oh, Wally Pipp.
Wally Pipp. Guy was a star, and he was a great, whatever position they played, he was great at that job. And he was playing for a while. And one day he hit his coach up and he was like, I'm a little sick. I'm going to skip today's game. Well, in comes Lou Gehrig. And then Lou Gehrig played 2,600 consecutive games. Never sat again.
First base was their position.
Just like that, dude. Wally Pipp, gone because he had a headache.
Hey, Graham Mertz, injured game 1 of the season for the Florida Gators right now.
Yeah.
Historically, Gator football always gives love and pays dues to the people that sat for a period of time. And so they start the junior or senior who's been sitting. And what it ends up doing is the new guy who's possibly more talented doesn't get the reps early. Well, Graham Mertz suffered a concussion in game 1. And obviously, you don't want to see anyone get injured. But his backup is the number 1 recruit in the nation in football. Like done and dusted, 5-star quarterback, number 1 recruit. DJ Lagway.
Okay.
He came in and had a drive in the first game that was the best drive of the game for our team. Came in late, right? He started game number 2, and it was against a shit team, but he started game number 2. He threw 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 450 yards plus. And it was the best start for a Florida Gator quarterback of all time. And now we're looking at week 3, and Graham Mertz is okay to play. And there's not a lot of support for Graham Mertz to be the starting quarterback again.
There would be.
But, Tom Brady was the same thing too. Drew Bledsoe.
But for the listeners, I know this is an obvious thing, maybe for us and probably for the listeners, but what's the difference between that situation and Wally Pipp?
Yeah. You got to put
One
the work
willing,
in, bro.
One made the choice to be soft.
Yeah. Can't do that.
Dude, you show up. Freaking show up, dude.
Yeah, Drew Bledsoe.
Well, I think Drew Bledsoe didn't his spleen explode or something.
Yeah,
he got really hurt.
That's why what I said was funny. Thank you.
You show up and because you never know when you could get Wally Pipp, dude.
Don't get Wally Pipp, chat.
Insane. So that's a reoccurring theme at those events too. I freaking find it hilarious.
And every single time Abe goes on vacation, one more viewer, Wally Pipp's the shit out of us, dude, and they find a new pod.
Why do you think I brought this up?
That's fine. I'll be the whipping boy.
Ridiculous, dude.
Sorry, what's going on next week?
Didn't have my headphones on for CS. Went on a quote unquote vacation last week. It's fun.
What's next week?
TwitchCon.
Next week is I'm on vacation next week. Legitimately. That's actually
all right. First topic of the day, Abe. What do we got?
Let's get into it.
Damn it, Abe.
Other than the angry viewers that don't have a podcast next week, we also have angry gamers in the gaming industry. Roll the clip.
My face when Abe goes on vacation. What do we got, Abe?
Well, this one hits the console gaming realm, and kind of a company taking some L's lately. I'm not gonna lie, but Sony just did a big announcement for the release of the PlayStation 5 Pro. So it's not a predecessor to, or it's not the next gen of the next gen console. It is just an upgraded version of the PS5. Some of the features that it would include above the previous version would be a larger, more powerful GPU that's capable of doing advanced ray tracing, some AI upscaling to allow it to have better performance overall, and a new fidelity mode is what they're calling it. And what it essentially does is when you game in higher resolutions, 4K being the one really that we're talking about here, it smooths the experience to provide higher FPS, as previously you really had to choose between FPS on the console and playing at a higher resolution. So this fidelity mode aims for a 60 FPS target on 4K. All not a whole lot of improvements, honestly, when you look at what they've done. And it comes at a whopping price tag for the console at $700. So comparatively, the PS5 released at about $500. This is a 40% markup on the PS5 for those features, and people are pissed.
Shout out Sun's mom.
So pissed that for some reason, Blizzard CEO, or former Blizzard CEO, I should say, Mike Ybarra, decided to chime in on Twitter, and he had this to say, and I'll read it out loud, but think of this a bit differently. Pro models, or any in-generation upgrade, is about existing users upgrading. So when teams evaluate the cost, they don't want to lose money on each console, as that puts pressure on other parts of the business, and they think about how they can maximize value to players. The model is, and this is where it really gets interesting, existing PS5 owners can trade in their PS5 at places like GameStop for $350 in credit and apply that to the $699 price point. And now the upgrade only costs them $350. While still not easy, much easier to stomach for some. This is the fundamental model they use. It won't fit for everyone, but it's all part of the larger go-to-market plan.
Well, wait, hold on. Whoa. That, I get what he tried to do with that math, but the upgrade is not only $350. You bought that PlayStation whenever
Correct.
You bought that. So I hate when people say that. Before, I think me and Markster might have a different stance. So Storm, why don't you, if you don't mind, jump in first?
Yeah, I think, this is obviously a model that they've utilized for a long time. These pro models of consoles kind of releasing later. This is like right in step also with like the PlayStation exclusive model of, hey, this is a PS exclusive for now, and we're going to put out some rumors that maybe it'll be on PC in a couple of years. You end up paying for it twice, right? They try and sell you the same console twice. No different, if you are making the best console and making some of the best games, it's a lot harder to criticize, in my opinion, because they are putting in work on that front. I still think they're the best. They don't have Xbox Games Pass, which is the best value in gaming, by the way. It's not the cheapest experience, but it is probably the most, I would argue it's the best experience in the console realm. I think like I wouldn't let this random ex-Blizzard CEO, KekW, his opinion on the PlayStation model, like him pitching it as like a $350 GameStop trade up, blah, blah, blah. Like, don't let that incredible level of stupidity fall on the shoulders of Sony, because I don't think obviously that's fair. They know what they're doing. They're also weirdly, like, the timing is not awful, because if they can actually service requests for this, there's a lot of people who just kind of skip the PS5 because of how hard it was to get. And this might be a meaningful opportunity for people to dive into the console market if they didn't the first time around. So I'd be curious to see how this second iteration, or pro iteration, if you will, compares to those of the past for sales. Just because I do think that supply was really choked, obviously, when PS5 first released. So interesting. I don't think I really have a hot take one way or another on this one. The modern console specs are really crazy. They are little mini PCs. That's what it requires to do the next gen stuff right now. And 700 bones, like, would I rather have a $700 PC Yeah, I would. But, you know, for someone who's not familiar with PC gaming, maybe not.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. I guess I just don't understand what they're mad at, because they didn't. It's not like they released the PS6 and it costs $800. They released a Pro model, which is only
Well, I think
better
that's what they're mad at.
Instead
I think they're saying that it's exactly like this is a minor upgrade to an existing model at a 40% markup, and $700 is quite pricey for console gaming.
Yeah, but
that's pretty high.
People, so there's people make Lamborghinis. They don't expect
right
average broke boy to buy a Lamborghini.
But even like in that exact same vein, Slum, think about how many people have $1,000 or $1,200 phone in their pocket.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like,
yeah, but that's a yes, I agree with you. But I'd also add that I think that's a bit of a different purchase. But
the reality is that the features that most people are utilizing on that phone, it could be done with a $50 phone.
Like just calling,
texting and calling.
Texting and calling, yeah.
I mean, like not. I mean, we run businesses off of our phone. I get that, right? So it's a little bit different. But I'm just saying, like with modern day phone prices, like $700, to think that like what I get out of my phone for power versus $700 for a PS Pro is kind of insane, dude. I don't know. I'm not. It's hard to be mad at that.
I also, as a PC gamer, like I'm kind of sitting here like, yeah, that's like a cheap GPU.
Yeah.
Like, what are you guys complaining about?
Yeah, if you want a top of the line PC right now, it's going to cost you $3,000.
Well,
exactly.
Well, then let's get clear on what they are complaining about. Is it the price thing, or is it that it's not the PS6? That's what
I think they're complaining about the price point for that model.
Yeah.
Then don't buy it. Don't buy it, dude. You have a PS5? You're chilling, bro.
Free market, baby.
Dude.
In the wise words of Slummy.
Don't buy it, man.
Free market, son.
If you have a PS5, then chill. Have your PS5. The only thing better would be graphics, I guess. Like, what are you worried about? Just chill. Save that money for the PS6 if you're, one of those console gamers. Or just don't be that guy and buy a PC.
And if you don't have a PS5, don't go buy the PS Pro. Buy a PS5 off one of these people that are upgrading, dumbass.
Correct.
Yeah. Perfect time to get a cheap one at GameStop.
You're goddamn right.
Companies have the right to make a Pro model.
Oh, please don't buy them at GameStop. Let's just throw that out there.
Yeah.
You actually want a cheaper PS5? Look at them on Craigslist, etc.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't go through.
Sure.
Yeah.
Fuck GameStop.
Yeah. Thank you.
Jesus, dude.
No, he's right.
No, that company is predatory. They suck.
Yeah, I mean that's where I'm at, dude. Like companies have the right to make a Pro model for the people who have money and want to spend it. Let them spend it. If it ain't the right purchase for you, don't buy it. Yep. I'm not buying it.
That's the thing with angry gamers on the internet, Slum, is they're not always grounded in reason.
No.
They like to just run with something a lot of the times, and in this case, I think they're wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, they're wrong. That's okay.
Well, we've reached a decision.
They'll get them next time. What else we got, Abe?
So I have a bonus. What are gamers happy about this week?
Oh,
so we're doing the angry first, then we're going to get a little positive here. And that is, we had a game that just released and very highly anticipated, a universe that has had a lack of success, let's call it, in the gaming standpoint. And they came out with a game. People were really, really hyped, and it lived up to expectations. It's been very successful thus far, and that is the new Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2. So that universe, and specifically, there's one game in particular, Darktide is the one, or not Darktide. That was the
Darktide is the most recent release, I believe. Prior to
that is
Space
the one
Marines.
I'm talking about. Then that is the 40K one. Then
that is
Darktide.
Correct. Yes.
That was awful and did terribly, and that universe has been starving for success. Space Marine has come out now, and like I said, it's got very positive reviews on Steam. It's done incredibly well from matching Warhammer 40K fans and their desire to have a dark, gritty, gory game, which is something that is not, I would say, as popular in development these days. It's got PvP, it's got co-op, it's a very good looking game, and I'll play some clips from it here so we can have it up, just kind of see how good this engine does and some of the feel of the game. But
kind of looks like Gears of War.
So there you go. I was going to say, it's not even a revolutionary new experience. It is a third-person action shooter, very similar playstyle to something like a Gears of War in the Warhammer universe. So just proves that you could do a game well and not have a brand new concept or anything like that. It is just a well-executed game.
It looks modern. I wouldn't say next gen, but modern. And the animations look phenomenal. Nice bit of gore. Some nice particle effects on the blood there. We like that. And, just like a nice hack and slash, work with your team, get through the level. I'm sure there's varying degrees of difficulty. Probably not like made for the long term, but I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I mean, you play through it on the hardest difficulty with your boys, you get it done. Bada bing, bada boom. There's some PvP, as you say, so that's always nice for those that do want to keep playing it. I know it's not my kind of game. I think the last game that I played seriously like this was Left 4 Dead 2. Maybe what's the other one that's like high fantasy? Vermintide, better known as Vermintide. Vermintide 2, we played a decent amount, and that was also really fun. It was all the same, kind of vibe. But as someone who didn't enjoy Helldivers, which, is essentially similar, I know that these kinds of games just really aren't for me these days. I don't find myself enjoying them or being able to justify the time investment. But as I do think that this genre in general is like the perfect after work, turn your brain off, hang out with the homies, have a beer, crack some jokes. You know what I'm saying? Like this is great for that. So I'm happy to see again, like you said, a starved IP fan base like the 40K homies get something good. It's dope, man. Happy for them.
So is this, you said beat the levels. Is there a story like Gears of War, or is it not a story like Helldivers?
It's a story-driven mode. So you are playing through a campaign story against
this is my type of game, dude. I said this last episode. This is, bro. Give me how many hours you selling me? Okay, I like it. Like the graphics, and dude, I was a big fan of Gears of War, and instantly this strikes me as Gears of War because Gears of War, you could chunk people, you could meatloaf them, and this is awesome. And the biggest thing, if they hit the mark in this game, is how it feels when you chunk someone.
Gotta be satisfying.
Yeah, it's gotta be very satisfying. I actually have a little.
Gotta be able to take that controller and put it right on your gooch and just you know what I'm saying? I know you know what I'm saying.
They also they tried to create a very challenging experience too, even in normal mode, because I think these types of games suffer from it being too easy and getting through it quickly. So this one was a clip to highlight just the difficulty, just on a normal playthrough.
It looks hectic, man.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Yeah,
very hype.
A lot going on. Is it team player?
Yeah, this is showing off the co-op mode currently.
It looks like there's 3 people in a squad there.
I like that, dude. And how about dude? The name Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2?
So Warhammer 40K is a thing in and of itself.
Sure.
That's like saying Lord of the Rings.
Yes, understood.
Then Space Marine is like saying, the
Goblet of Fire 1. Or what was the last one?
Return of the King?
What was it?
Return of the King?
We're mixing two franchises
part 1 and 2? Oh yeah, we are.
Brother,
I'm sorry, but Harry Potter would have been the better reference because there's actually a part 1 and 2 at the end.
I hear you.
Lord of the Rings, there
might be a Space Marine 2 for clarity, or 3 for clarity. Like we'll probably get a Space Marine 3 at some point.
Yeah.
It's not inherently the second part of an iteration. Space Marine is just focusing on one part of the 40K universe.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
these are Space Marines.
There you go. To give you a little bit of insight, Slum, Space Marines are like the elite fighting force of the Empire.
Understood.
So they're incredibly strong super soldiers. So the first game, because this is a second iteration in this series, the first game also you played as a Space Marine and fought. I think in that one it was mainly the orcs. This seems to be a lot more Tyranid gameplay. But yeah, it's like a common advanced unit in the military of the Empire.
Okay. I like it, man. And all that I was going to say about the name is if there's a world where you're worried about the name of your game, it's just like that's absurd.
The last thing that matters,
dude.
right? Yeah.
That's crazy.
Make the game good, by the way. That's really all that people give a shit about.
Like, more props to them. I'm not dogging it. I'm just saying that is a
But this is the thing is like you make a game like this in some shit that no one cares about, like a non-existing IP. I would argue it's 10 times harder to get people to care, at least to even find out if the game is good. But when you mix a good IP with a rabid fan base and you actually make a good game, you will have success in the gaming industry. That's really all it takes. And I just wish more people would put 2 and 2 together. One of those things by itself isn't always enough to carry. That's a fact. So.
It's proven, right? That Star Wars Outlaws, but
Jesus.
Oh man, and some great games just don't have the IP to hook people. And like, if you got deep enough into the game, like maybe it's a good time, but it's not going to get popular enough to matter sometimes, you know. And that's a shame because you know it's either a lack of marketing or they're just not. They're not making people fans first and foremost. They're fast enough even. So, it takes the complete picture, man, to be successful out there. That's a fact.
Idea.
Okay.
So
pitch us. I'm in the room.
Well, let me.
You're wearing a suit. Actually, no, it's a deconstructed blazer.
No, it wasn't.
Can I be Mr. Wonderful? I want to be Mr. Wonderful. Let's license it.
He's got a memo board and an expo.
Let me tell you what I saw today, which was I thought it was wonderful. It was 50 Cent. He was on a podcast, and he said, "Don't make a film. A film, you need a star, and you got 1 minute 30 seconds to make people watch that film. You got to pay the star." And hope that 1 minute 30 seconds gets enough people to go see it one time to pay that star. Don't make a film. Make a series. You don't need a star. You need talent. Now, how can we bring that to the gaming world? Can we make 10-minute games and then just keep stringing them? 10 minutes, buy it for $2. Just see what it's about. String them.
It's interesting. I'm trying to think if it's been done in gaming. Like small piecemeal releases, pay as you go.
Super cheap.
Wasn't that
kind of what Telltale?
What's the zombie universe that they did that with? I thought.
Yeah, we're thinking of the same thing.
Okay.
The Walking Dead.
The Walking Dead. There you go. The Walking Dead. They tried to do that where they did pieces. I think that was actually pretty well received too.
Telltale Games had multiple iterations. They would sell this like. They were basically, they were dialogue-based choices that would tell a story and diverge in different things as a result of what you selected. And so they just were basically just telling a story. It would change based on what you wanted to happen. You'd make choices. They'd have consequences, blah, blah, blah. And people would watch just to see what you chose. But they would do it for The Walking Dead. And they also came out with like Part 2, then they did Game of Thrones, then they did multiple things, and so they did Borderlands, and so they took this idea, it was good, and then they leveraged a bunch of different fandom IPs, exactly what we're saying, to sell the idea. Not bad.
Good. They were
very
way
interesting.
Ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
Good for them. I mean, but maybe people should consider that.
Yeah, not a bad idea. I mean, I think the production is probably bigger scope than what even we're saying, but I think that's like the first thing that came to mind, obviously for Abe and I. So interesting.
Okay. Well, good for Warhammer 40K Space Marines 2. Very nice. I might even check that out with Nooch and
it's a good one for
Stoned.
Yeah, chilling with the boys.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what else we got?
All right, I got an update for us, and we're back to a little bit of talking about Sony. So, you know, sometimes when I go on vacation and we miss a week like that, you don't get to be right on top of just some of the best breaking news. But we're still pretty close to it, and that is if you remember our last episode, number 49, we talked about a little game called Concord and how bad its release was.
Emphasis on little.
The game is already dead. And when I say dead, I don't just mean like it has even less than the 600 concurrent players it has fully shut down. Sony has shut down the game.
God.
They've refunded everyone that purchased it. The servers no longer exist.
How about that?
The game is fully dead.
At least they refunded everyone.
Yep.
Less than 3 weeks after its launch, it is fully dead.
8 years in development.
That's absurd.
3 weeks.
I'm telling you, dude, I think this was like whoever's managing it. He's like, all right, team, lay low. Don't come to the office. We'll be all right. Just lay low. I really think like this was one of those projects.
We're collecting checks, boys.
Lay low. Come in a month, and we'll get started on the next one. Don't worry about it. If there's people like that, get them out, dude. That's terrible.
Yeah, it's rough, man.
It did lead to some really, sometimes there's some good in the bad. And my favorite thing that came out of this was that people then made, when the announcement that the game was going to close down at the end of that week, people then made it their goal that they were going to speed rush to get to the maximum rank in the game. And the fastest way to do that was just to progress through matches. So you had of the 100 people actually playing it, everyone would join matches and then immediately jump off the ledge constantly until the game ended to farm XP. So
what a metaphor.
What we got from it was clips like this, where we don't need to hear this guy talk. Trust me, I know. I watched this originally, but this is the whole gameplay. So for basically a week, people were just running and jumping off of ledges to obtain the titles that you would get from getting to the max rank before the game died.
Yeah, these are not the people you make the game for.
Well, they're apparently the only people you make the game for.
They were the only ones who played it.
All 12 of them.
Oh, there were dozens of them, Slum.
Oh gosh.
I mean,
pretty incredible.
They're just spawning in and jumping off the ledge every single time.
So, well, that is sometimes life imitates art, art imitates life. The world goes on. That Sony.
What are you trying to tell us?
That's
off the ledge?
Sony. No, I'm saying that Sony does continue to make some poor choices. I can't even begin to fathom. Hopefully, the person who's in charge of that project does not work again in the industry. I don't wish bad things upon people, but they lost their slot. 8 years of development. If you were at the top of that totem pole and you let that happen, maybe just look into other passions. That's all I'm saying. Maybe game design's not for you.
I know a guy who's got a passion. I'll link you.
He can bring some of that AI to life.
I'm telling you, dude, that guy is laying the developer. That team is laying low right now, under the radar.
I'm not putting that game on my resume.
100%. What?
Can you explain this 8-year gap?
8-year gap.
Well, I did this thing with this guy who used AI for certain.
I was on sabbatical.
I had to sign an NDA, dude, so I can't. Sorry.
I actually worked head of toy development at Toys R Us. That is correct. There's unfortunately no one that you can contact anymore.
I worked at Blockbuster.
Yeah, I did Blockbuster. I did Toys R Us. then Circuit City for a while.
Pizza Hut buffet.
JCPenney. Pizza Hut buffet. That's messed up, dude. That one hit hard. I can't.
For those of you keeping score at home, though, this is Talentless Freaks 1, Concord Developers 0.
Oh my gosh.
Good stuff.
It is what it is, dude. If they die, they die.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for the follow-up, babe. What else we got?
Yep.
Thank you.
All right. So this is a new little section where Slum's got a bunch of trailers and stuff that he likes and some games he was excited about. So we're going to call this Slummy's Trailer Park.
Ooh, I like that.
All right.
So I have all these trailers ready to rip, Slum. You take over.
That first one. So this game, I believe, what's this called?
Claire Obscure Expedition 33.
Do you know what this is? Have you seen this?
No.
I have not.
So let's start playing it through full screen.
You want volume?
No volume. Maybe try to get to a little bit of
PlayStation.
a little bit of combat, please. It's a gorgeous looking game, by the way. I really like the art style. It's leaning into not super realistic.
Is it a PS exclusive?
I'm not too sure.
I will look up that up
PlayStation
right now.
logo at the beginning usually means
possibly.
Could
but
be.
Here's what I want to ask you.
Okay.
Look at these things popping up, and then that. You see how this stuff pops out as the cameras change?
Yeah.
Do you like that? Is that distracting for those listening? It's like a menu. It's not a menu, but it's like what would you call it?
Very common of this style of game, which is a JRPG.
Okay.
And it looks like a nice next gen version of that, but yes, there's a lot of like that kind of camera work is like very much so a cornerstone of this genre.
I mean, I think it looks great. I'm just curious if like are people are they torn about this, or is that like a staple? Like they love
it's a staple of the JRPG for sure.
Because I'm looking at it,
it
like,
just looks way nicer when it's like next gen. But this kind of thing has existed for a long time, yeah.
Okay, so you haven't seen
not
this
PS
yet?
exclusive. It's Xbox Series S, X, PlayStation, Steam, and Epic.
It's one of those things where, like, if you play these kinds of games, you play them all, and if you don't play any of them.
I know which one are you?
I don't play any of them.
All right.
I can't win them all, but it does look really nice. I'll give it that.
It reminds you like a Final Fantasy or something like that. It could be something that I could see myself.
I like that. I think that is this possibly the same type of game as For the King, but way
it's
different.
It's turn-based in that sense. Yeah. It is turn-based.
Team. It looked like Team.
Yeah.
I could absolutely get into that game, dude.
Cool.
All right. So thank you for answering my questions. Next.
All right. Next up we have
in Slummy's Trailer Park.
Inzoi open world demo.
You saw this or
this could be a double wide. No, I haven't seen it.
So I believe this is like a realistic Sims, like a super realistic Sims. I believe it's Unreal Engine. And I thought of this because back in the day I was hooked on Sims. And get us in there a little bit more, Abe. Oh, here we go. We're going in.
This is the life simulator and open world gameplay. We'll go to the most.
Is it a city sim or a life sim?
Oh, we're getting an ad. Hold on.
Oh, get that out of here, dude.
I'm trying. I can't skip it for 5 more. There we go.
Oh, it's a life sim.
I'm not. I believe it's. Isn't that what Sims is? Life sim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like it has some building and stuff though too.
Well, so did Sims.
So did Sims,
right?
Yeah. I was just curious if it's more of a like a Sim City versus the Sims.
Oh yeah.
Two different. Yeah.
I wonder if this is multiplayer because I saw some things where you could like possibly share a world with someone and be in this. But I thought of this because all these nuts that are into Sims, like I used to be, this is basically like taking it to the next level. And then I want to tie this with the very last video, Abe. If you could pop that last video open. Obviously, the graphics on this are great.
I assume if there's a shared world, it would work something like Minecraft.
Okay.
Quick question for you though. While I bring up the other video, when you were in The Sims, did you used to build a swimming pool and then delete the ladder?
And then people die?
Yeah, they would drown.
That's messed up. Look at this.
I would never do that.
I wanted to bring this up because they're utilizing Unreal Engine's tech, maybe not to the fullest capacity everywhere, but they're taking a line of tech inside of it and definitely pushing it to the fullest capacity. So this girl, she's like, wait, we have facial capture in this, and she starts to scan it, and look at the character, bro. It already looks like her. She created it. They're saying the Inzoi character builder is better than the MetaHuman character.
I was gonna ask, how does it compare to MetaHuman?
It's the same. It is the same technology, but I think they added more stuff to it.
Yeah.
So right now she's using the mobile app. She's discovered it. Her face is so shocked right now.
Mm-hmm.
The Unreal Engine face capture mobile app, and it's linked in the game. Like she just got prompted. Do you want to use this?
Yeah,
and she had no clue about it, and now she's about to start using it. If you want to maybe roll a little bit forward, see if when she gets it going. There you go. So she's still just holding her phone. Like she doesn't have a rig set up or anything.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, bro. Like, and imagine even if you didn't want to.
So she's holding her phone, like capturing her face, and she's realizing that there's live motion capture of her face on the character in game, responding to her live facial reactions and lips moving while she talks, etc. Very cool.
So, if just a weird idea. For those who don't want to learn Unreal Engine and they want to do something like this, maybe they just download the game, use this, screen record, and maybe they're making content with their avatar or something. Or maybe they're doing a talk. I don't know. But like, this is like such an easy way to just already have an insane character and you can capture your face. Like, there's so many creative things you could do with this. And it's in this game. And who knows who's going to buy this freaking game? It's Sims. Basically, it's just a juice Sims. But I love that they're using this tech. And this girl was just so freaking happy to figure it out. And they made it very easy. In Unreal Engine, it is easy, but there's like you have to connect these modules and oh wait, my IP on my phone isn't connecting into the computer now. Hold on, let me restart it, blah blah blah. This she had no clue. And it prompted it and she did it once and it worked. Like awesome.
Yeah, it's nice. The game was the accessibility plugin.
Yeah.
That's neat.
Yeah, so I mean, dude, if you guys want to do some face stuff and just mess around, freaking I don't know what, huh? I don't know if you could download this game now. It might be a demo. I don't freaking know, but someone get in there and record some stuff.
What's the name of the game, Abe? Again, so people can check it out.
Inzoi, Inzoi.
Cool. Very cool. That is neat.
That is neat, right? I think there's one more. Yep. Oh, I brought this one up because I would like to play this with you.
What do we got?
And I'm sure you know about
Peggy
this.
16.
I believe this is a PS5 exclusive. This is Little Nightmares.
Oh, well then I can't play with you.
I will confirm that though.
No, I have Little Nightmares on Steam.
This is I guess this is the new one, and I mean you already know about these games.
Oh yeah,
I love this type of stuff.
I didn't realize there's a co-op though. That's awesome.
Yeah, so this reminded me of like Portal. It's not the same thing, but same type of concept.
Puzzle, co-op puzzle solving, no doubt about it.
And I really like the art style.
Yeah, it's sick.
Yeah, dude. So if this is not exclusive, let's get this going, dude.
I'm down.
It is not exclusive. It is on Steam.
Yeah, it should be on Steam.
This, dude.
Yeah, these kinds of games are mad fun.
Like It Takes Two. I know you played that with Chuck, but it's
similar
to that.
I actually didn't. We never hit that. I will say, Little Nightmares. It plays kind of like Trine. I don't know if anyone is familiar with the Trine series, but it's like it's high fantasy. There's like an axe. There's a Gimli. There's a Legolas, and there's a Aragon. You know what I mean? Like, and you're just like traveling, and or I guess one of them is.
Oh, we got a Trump ad. Hold on.
One of them is Dumbledore. For the slums out there. For everyone else, it's Gandalf.
Okay. Weren't they played by the same guy for a sec?
No.
For a sec, they were.
No, Magneto. You're thinking of Magneto from.
They changed Dumbledore out, dude. Second movie, they changed him out.
They did, but neither were the guy.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right, dude. I trust you.
All right. But yeah.
Is that Ian McKellen that you're thinking of? Is that who? Yeah. Okay.
Ian McKellen is Gandalf and Magneto. Good guy. Or no, Ian McKellen is the bad guy. Is he? Now Magneto? I'm confused. No. I had it right. All right.
You had it right. I had it right.
Yeah. But they play like Trine, so it's like it's 3 people. They puzzle solve. You can play with 2 and like swap between the characters, and like they each do something specific, and a combination of their abilities always gets you through the level. But it's a side scroller. Yeah. Little Nightmares is the same. I don't think It Takes Two is necessarily a side scroller. I think there's different kinds of missions in there that it's a bit more like 3-dimensional, I think.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, but yeah, this game is
well, maybe, we do have a subathon coming up.
Has a great historical context. 1 and 2 were both very fun. So
well, sign me up when you're ready. I want in.
Okay.
Unless there's someone who makes more sense.
Heard it here first. No, I think slummy puzzle solving is content.
Dude, I will blast through that game, dude. I think
no doubt. We're hitting no walls, son.
Oh, excuse. What?
What?
I hit all the walls.
All right. Well, when it comes to puzzle solving, at least. What else we got, Abe?
All right. Well, we're gonna delve outside of the gaming realm, and you know how I love new cool tech that involves anything with like health or the human body.
Oh yeah.
And actually, you sent me this one, and I looked into it. It's really cool.
It's pretty neat.
So Mark, you're a big fan of the Whoop. I know you're a big fan of the Whoop.
Big whoop
The
daddy.
worst part about the whoop is when you unknowingly have it run out of power and you have to charge it, right?
Yep, that's true.
What if it could be charged?
What if I told you my whoop is dead right now?
You're just wearing it.
No.
See?
My whoop is dead right now because I was with the boy all day and I didn't put the thing on because he grabs it off, like the little charger that goes onto the thing. He'll rip it off. And so just like, I'll charge it later. Yeah.
Well, what if it charged simply with the warmth that your body generates?
Where do you have to put it?
Just on your wrist or anything like that. So, the university.
Could you supercharge it though if you wanted to? If you wanted to charge it faster, is what I'm saying.
I mean, what if you store an incredible amount of heat in one cavity?
Jesus, dude. Okay, all right. So
I'm not ruling that out.
Okay.
So, University of Washington, their researchers have developed a new flexible and durable electronic prototype, and that's what it does. It's able to actually harvest energy from body heat and turn it into electricity to power smaller devices. So they essentially have 3 main layers to this. Let me bring this up because he's got a nice little
Bring
video.
It up.
We'll get sound on this one. Let me just make sure
dude.
Everything else is muted.
That's stylish, bro. You see that thing? That is.
This is one of the greatest.
Why won't it full screen?
You can actually use.
Let's watch it right on
Good
YouTube.
idea.
Boom.
And it showed that now it's ready for practical applications.
He's wearing one of those copper sleeves, basically, with this little chip on it. Okay.
This is a stretchable electronic device.
But there's actually a tangible impact to this, unlike the copper sleeve.
So what you see here is that we attach one of those devices that we made, and it's connected to an LED right here.
Okay.
Now, it's directly powering the LED with my body. There's no battery, there's no other energy storage devices.
Awesome.
This wasn't possible before.
Okay.
This device has rigid semiconductors inside that they do the energy conversion. So they convert heat to electricity, or it also offers on-demand heating and cooling. So when you supply power, one side is going to get hot, the other side is going to get cold. We can use it for different applications, but we design it for...
That's the gist of it. Right, is that they have these semiconductors built into essentially something that they 3D print that is durable and flexible and actually isn't rigid, that allows them to have it conform to your body. So this is the pathway to being able to correct. This is the pathway to being able to apply this type of technology to things like wristbands and other things that people are using today, Apple Watches, things like that could be powered based off of your own body heat.
This guy's got to be careful, dude. He's stepping into waters that this is an industry disruptor.
I think Slum is suggesting that Apple might off this individual, so let's keep eyes on him as a community.
I didn't say any names, but there was a guy that invented a car that ran on water, and he's gone. So be careful, dude. I love it. Be careful.
I'm all about disruptors, but not too much.
No, it's not even Apple. It would be the electricity companies.
See, I thought you were going a different route. You know?
What do you mean? Go ahead.
You get enough humans in a room and connect enough of these bad boys to them, all of a sudden, you're able to power cities.
It still leads back to the energy companies being mad.
Yeah.
What if we put those people in a bunch of pods
exactly,
and then occupy their minds at the same time?
And
with a computer program.
You read exactly where I was going.
Oh, gosh.
Keep me plugged in, son. Harvest me.
Okay, dude. I mean, so basically, it is literally the reason he put the LED on there was just to show you I'm generating electricity.
Yeah, this is live power right now. Boom.
That's awesome, dude.
Pretty sick. I originally thought about it in the sense of like even, I mean, right off the rip, it's useful for survival situations.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or
absolutely.
Like to have something like that in your bag for like just even being out in the woods and stuff. Like imagine you had some sort of what's the word that I'm
flashlight?
Like a safety light You know, like the ones that are just like that blink like really bright. I mean, if you get some juice off of your own body, just bada bing, bada boom. Like if people are trying to like look and find you, be nice to have.
Yeah, that would be great. What else in a survival situation?
Well, you could juice a battery to power any electronic device to be able to help you in a survival. Anything electronic, you could hook this thing up to a battery and have it feed a battery, and then use the battery to power other devices.
Okay. I mean, this is something when you watch it, you can literally go into a million different directions.
Yeah, like, it's absolutely incredible.
So This guy, speaking of the conference, when you are ready to enter multiple markets with this technology, this guy's going to be able to exit for a tremendous amount of revenue.
Yeah.
If gotta be careful.
I hear you. Gotta be careful.
Gotta be careful. But good job. I like it. Let's
get those patents in and then hire some security. Here we go.
Let's see what happens, dude.
That black van with the Apple logo is gonna pull up in front of his house, man.
I might get into that van. It wouldn't be black though. It'd be a white van. No, I don't think I've ever seen anything Apple that's mostly black and a white. I think it's the other way around. Could be wrong though.
Yeah, but that Apple logo really pops when it's white with a black background.
That's true.
I would consider it's the same amount of contrast. I mean, I would argue that it's probably the same amount, black to white to black, to the same color.
It's different to me.
They're not colors.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good for him. What else we got?
All right. Well, and this one, we've seen it firsthand. But
what happened? What happened? Did I miss something? What is going on here?
So as you might have seen with some of these videos, if you caught the Trump ad that popped up in the middle of one of them there, uBlock, a very, very popular Chrome extension, is basically dying its last breath because Google has specifically combated uBlock with YouTube in mind in when they've been doing some Chrome updates. So these Chrome updates that they've been doing, they're killing their support for something called Manifest version 2. It's moving to Manifest version 3. And basically the critical components that uBlock was using and relied upon that were in Manifest 2 have been cut out, meaning that the most popular ad blocker that is being utilized today across the internet is going away, and it's already leaked into a lot of these services and things. They won't run correctly if you do have an ad blocker enabled. So in order to get YouTube functioning properly on my computer, I've had to disable pretty much all of the ones I know of currently. If anybody's got a good one that still works at YouTube, go ahead and send it my way.
Please.
So now I'm getting invaded with ads when I'm trying to show off the videos.
You know what they say, Abe?
What?
Where there's a will, there's a way. And honestly, life always finds a way. And so if there is a hole in the market, there will be someone there to fill that hole and hit all the walls.
Fill that hole, dude, and hurry up. I was complaining about this months ago with Markstrom, and he was like, dude, I don't know what you're doing, man. Mine works. I'm like, dude,
mine still works.
That's crazy.
Well, one of us is better at using the internet. It's not a big deal, man. You were late to the game.
Abe, can you tell this guy?
He's a whippersnapper, dude.
I've been using the internet forever, and I see stuff in chat too that's like use Firefox or other. I've tried other browsers.
Firefox.
A lot like this is a lot of these mainstream browsers like Firefox and Microsoft Edge are built off a framework from Chrome, to be honest with you. So a lot of the problems that are existing with some of the ad blockers in existence are still being, it still has its impacts when it goes to Firefox and Edge and some of the other big browsers. But this has been a real pain in my ass that I've been trying to. I literally couldn't get YouTube videos to load until I completely got rid of every ad blocker on Chrome, and I was having the same issue in Firefox. So this one stumped me, and I'm an old school internet guy.
You're gonna have to just buy YouTube Premium, dude.
Yeah, that's what they're trying to get me to do.
No, don't do that.
They're trying to get me to do. I'm never gonna do that. I will never buy YouTube Premium.
Who's the guy that says use Firefox? Who said that?
That was Stan, actually.
Dude, are you going to tell me to use Opera next if Firefox didn't work? Like,
actually, somebody did.
Opera's pretty good. Opera's not bad. At least it's a Chromium browser. Firefox, bro. Firefox is like the only way I'm ever using Firefox is literally I lose everything in my life, end up homeless, and have to go to the fucking library for the internet. That's the only time. That's the only justifiable position I could be in to use Firefox. Let me be very clear.
In a van down by the river.
You're goddamn right, dude.
I've only seen different browsers on people's computers where they don't even know what that is. They just click the thing that looks like the internet and it pops up.
Yeah.
That's it. Like on my mom's work computer, it's probably Firefox. She's like, what's the matter? It's the same thing. Like,
connects to the internet.
You got it, Mom.
They probably search stuff on Bing too. Those same people.
Yeah, dude. They got the built-in Bing on Microsoft Edge. They never moved on. That's what they got.
I've seen Bing on Google Chrome. I'm like, bro,
how do you even let that happen?
How did that happen? Dude, you click something and it switched on you, dude. You're using Chrome, but you have Bing as your default search engine.
And their homepage is MSN.
I'm still asking Jeeves personally.
Yeah, Jeeves know what the fuck is up, dude. I'm telling you, he's come a long way.
I like the idea of a little virtual butler.
Yeah, it makes you feel fancy, bro. I like that.
Dude, bring the paperclip back.
Oh, Clippy?
Clippy, dude.
Clippy Fox, dude. That's a good guy.
Clippy paved the way for all these mascots.
Virtual helper. What was the purple monkey? Anyone remember that one?
Oh, dude.
I don't remember that one.
The purple monkey was nice. No, that was a common one. I guarantee the chat has my back on the purple monkey. I guarantee it.
Monkey is?
I guarantee it. There's some old ass people here, bro. We got.
I'm googling it
on
right
a side
now.
monitor.
Yeah, what? Yeah, I can't. Purple monkey.
Bonsai Buddy. Let's go.
What is that?
Bonsai Buddy. Oh, I remember.
Yeah, this. You do. See, internet person.
Bring it up.
I'll bring up an image of it in a new tab here.
Bring up the Bonsai Buddy. That guy goes crazy.
That is the Bonsai Buddy right there.
Yes, sir. That's my boy.
Look at his date down at the bottom, dude.
My boy Blue. Purple.
I've never seen this.
This is directly from the Wikipedia, by the way, Mark. This Bonsai Buddy was described as spyware and adware and discontinued in 2004.
Wait, people were spyware? If you were still using Bonsai Buddy in 2004, you deserve to have your spyware on your computer, bro. That's crazy.
But was it the Defender or was he the spyware?
He was the spyware.
Almost every single anti-malware was malware at this time in life, for clarity.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
McAfee.
Dude.
I thought McAfee was good, was it not?
No, God, no. It just hijacked your computer until you paid for
it. Really?
Yep.
Dang. Didn't they off that guy, or is that a different guy?
Well, he died. Yeah, he died. And
he died.
He said, "If I die, or if I die, I did not kill myself." He was one of those people.
Yep.
My man had Bitcoin, dude. Where's that Bitcoin at? Send me that wallet, bro.
Let's go on a treasure hunt.
I'll restart up McAfee.
You know, the last person to interview him was our friend Pep.
What?
You didn't see the Pat Mac. I've been watching a lot of Pat McAfee lately. Yeah, he was one of the last people to interview him. That ass while he was on the run in a random foreign country. That is correct.
Bro,
happened live on Pep's stream. It was amazing. You didn't see that?
This guy's pulling my chain. Abe, one more time before we dip out. Can you get this video? If that's real,
that's real.
This is a video somewhere.
Yeah.
But just like other stuff on your stream, I'm not going to blow your cover. I know you could be pulling my chain right now.
Bro, I swear to God, this is not one of those scenarios.
All right, I trust you. Let's see it.
It was awesome.
Hold on.
Look at chat. Look at chat right now.
So here's the actual video. Whoa, that's loud.
Some of you may or may not already know. Today we will be interviewing John McAfee, chap.
Fucking see.
Okay.
As far as I know, you don't even goddamn exist because I know
actually him, dude.
I don't think that's him.
synthesizers capable.
That's him. I've seen him do other interviews.
Fucking him.
Okay, but this could be just a video.
They interact back and forth for an entire interview.
Oh.
I need to see a question. I need to see a question answered.
The CIA sitting in an office.
This guy is jacked up on something right now.
Dude. This is who he
You ever see one of his interviews?
Okay, I'm thinking of someone different. I'm thinking of the Bitcoin guy. This is not.
This guy was absolutely crazy. He's a wild conspiracy theorist, and but he invented McAfee antivirus.
Yep.
It is. It's being recorded. It is currently live and is being recorded. So,
but it's not being recorded on Zoom.
They're clearly going back and forth. This is real.
Who do you think Pep was? Like, how did this happen?
YouTube
magic.
There is a recording being made. It's not...
This doesn't make sense to me, dude.
It's just one of those things, man. It happened. It's magical. Sometimes in life, Stone guitarist runs into Arnie in an airport and has him record a little something for stream, dude. Power of the internet.
Power of the internet, man.
I think the interview he did before this was with Shane Gillis, too.
Yeah.
Crazy. Shane Gillis and Matt McCusker on their podcast, I think, interviewed him right before this.
Awesome.
Okay. Well, I don't think we could end on a much higher note than that. So congrats, Pep. That is
definitely a shining moment in Pep's career. That's a fact. Awesome. Very good stuff.
Love it.
I'll have to watch this later. I'm gonna catch up.
Yeah,
on
it's a heater. You should watch the whole thing. It's great.
What a
maybe we can do a solid, and if you are interested in that interview, we'll put it in the description of this video. We'll make that happen.
I'll get the
Hell
link
yeah.
right now.
That's what's
Give
up.
me the link. Send it over.
All right.
Dude, what's coming up, man? I think there's something freaking awesome coming up.
Well, there's always so many good things coming up. What a life. What a life. First and foremost, tomorrow is our last day tuning in to ESL Pro League. If you've been enjoying some professional Counter-Strike with us, make sure you swing on by. Liquid starts bright and early, 7:30 Eastern, twitch.tv/Markstrom. Go USA! USA! Friday. Long awaited, long anticipated. One could say almost a year long of anticipation for Dungeons and Dragons and Lions. Oh my!
Oh my!
An MSTV production. DM'd by your favorite podcast showrunner, Mr. Aberman himself, alongside his other half, partner in crime, Gruesome Twosome, his brother, Whiskey Jack. Some even argue that it's all one person.
It is.
Might be.
Could
You'll
be.
have to tune in Friday to find out.
And they are going to indeed be in the same place at the same time. Maybe.
We'll see if there's a camera.
Maybe. The fellow cast of Misfits is going to be myself, our good friend Dominic the Dazzling. We have Shonk Bouldercrack.
Bouldercrack.
We have our friend Spamantha and our friend Leather Princess tuning in to be our party for Dark Dungeons and Dragons and Lions. Yeah, and don't forget the Lions.
Don't forget
the
Lions.
Don't you dare forget the Lions.
They'll creep up on you.
Yeah, at 900 Eastern, twitch.tv/Markstrom. It's going to be phenomenal. Again, that is Friday, September 13th.
Friday the 13th.
Love that.
It's going to get spooky.
Sam's going to put a hex on all of us, dude. I'm a little nervous.
I'm immune to that shit.
She might turn your shit into a newt, brother.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
That's not real, dude.
All right. You're already you already got the slime. You're halfway there.
Dude, I'm Italian. I secrete olive oil. What do you want me to do? Abe, how about you, dude?
Well, obviously, I'll be involved in Friday's festivities. I will say, too, if you haven't had a chance, pop on over to Mark's Twitter. There are some introductions to the characters so you can figure out who these people are going to be portraying. I also, a little bit of a teaser McGeezer. You're going to find out more, I think, tomorrow.
That is correct.
About the realm that they exist in. And that would be a quick little spoiler for you. The realm of Tweech. Is where we're going to be taking place. So Tune in to the Twitter to see the character backstories, and check it out tomorrow when we get a little bit of a live look into the realm of Twitch. And then I'll be doing probably more of the behind the scenes DMing. We're gonna let Whiskey Jack take over the narration. Might have a guest star from everyone's favorite community member, Chuck. Gonna be action packed. Gonna be a lot of fun. So please tune in Friday 9:00 at twitch.tv/Markstrom.
9:00, dude. That's before Sean's wake up call.
I know, dude. And he has to be there at 08:30 to set up too.
You think he's gonna make it?
Home is where you make it, my brother. We got this.
Where you make it. And you know me, I'm Slum. I'm not gonna sell you anything today except this podcast. So we do this podcast every week unless Markstrom has a baby, Abe goes on vacation.
Sorry.
And in the recent past, I go to a business conference, but that's we won't talk about that. So would you kindly subscribe to this YouTube channel?
Subscribe.
Follow us on Spotify or Apple Podcast if you're a fan of those. But when you're on YouTube, back to YouTube, do me a favor and share this page with whoever you know. Share it with your mom, your dad, your uncle, your auntie, your brother, your cousin, the fish in the fishbowl, dog and the cat. Because we have a great time doing this every week, and we want to bring that great time to as many people as we can. And who knows, if you share this and it comes up on their feed, they click in, and they might see the Pep interview with the McAfee guy and be blown away, like I was today. So share this YouTube channel. We'd appreciate it. Until next week, actually, no, we're not going to be here next week. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, once again, sorry.
Until the week after, we will see you guys next time. Peace.
Deuces.